You're now rocking one-on-one with Raider Mystic KPOV 88.9 FM.
Accept the truth, let out a war hoop. Loyal to my soil, loyal to my roots. Accept the truth, let out a war hoop. Loyal to my soil, loyal to my roots. Accept the truth, let out a war hoop. Loyal to my soil, loyal to my roots. Accept the truth, accept the truth.
It's like pick the lesser of the two evils. Put tires in the air on 18 wheels, or push it up the river with the pollutant diesel. Salmon number drop, can't feed my people. Rat poison in several eagles. Smell numbers down, can't feed my people. Nuclear overflow, make them go in the dark. Exercising riots from the dark. See some sea lions, wait till it gets dark. All bite, no bark, had to tell Nestle disembark. Cause we're loyal to the soil, aim for them snake eyes. When I see that coil, fuck your coal, fuck your oil. Try to push up the gorge, name Little Beirut by your President George. Cause we off the porch and making it happen. Got a loud voice, spit up.
Loyal to my soil, loyal to my roots. Accept the truth, let out a war hoop. Loyal to my soil, loyal to my roots. Accept the truth, let out a war hoop. Loyal to my soil, loyal to my roots. Accept the truth, let out a war hoop. Loyal to my soil, loyal to my roots. Accept the truth, accept the truth. Ground supports life. Humans need oxygen like animals need wildlife. Everything's connected, every meal needs protection. Water, air, soil, we cannot live without. Why it grows what's under his feet, while the fools cause a drought. An nation that destroys the soil destroys itself. You must speak to the earth and it shall teach us good health. Pay allegiance to Mother Earth. After all, when we die, we return to the soil for rebirth. Why does it seem water corporations stealing from the streams, bottling up our dreams, selling it for profit? We need more warriors organized, fighting for the environment. Still just talking shit. Get up and get out. Take a stand for your homeland before life dies out. Now tell me what life really is about. Loyal to my soil, loyal to my roots. Accept the truth, let out a war hoop. Loyal to my soil, loyal to my roots. Accept the truth, let out a war hoop. Loyal to my soil, loyal to my roots. Accept the truth, let out a war hoop. Loyal to my soil, loyal to my roots. Accept the truth, accept the truth.
Yes, y'all. Saturday morning, you're tuned in to KPOV 88.9. Bend. I got a couple special guests in the studio, live and direct, straight out of Warm Springs. Drove all the way here this morning to be on the show. We got Scott and Levi Kalama.
What up? How you doing? Thanks for the invite.
Good morning. Good morning.
Blue Flames, artists, musicians,
and sports fans.
You know, I seen some videos that you had posted, Scott, that at some Trailblazer games.
Yeah, go Blazers, man. Dame time.
Cheering for the Blazers. I saw there was a little LeBron alley-oop in there, but that was part of that play.
That was part of the experience.
I heard you cheering for the Blazers. I heard it.
Yeah, that was when Jamal Crawford was on the squad, and he was the only one that was hooping that game.
And you can Yeah, I can hear you cheering for the Blazers in that specific little clip that I saw.
Yeah, it was a while ago. It was when LeBron was on Miami Heat, and it was LeBron and D-Wade. So I had to go watch that, man, and it was pretty cool. But man, those guys are a pretty good duo, back then. But go Blazers!
Yeah. How about you, Levi? You side with the Trailblazers, or where are you at?
Yeah, try to cheer for the hometown, the Portland Blazers.
Right on.
And the Raiders too, Raider Mystic.
Yeah. In case you don't know, Levi's sitting across the way here, decked out head to toe in Raider gear. And a pretty cool, you want to tell me about this necklace a little bit?
Oh yeah, it's a beaded necklace with cut beads. It's a Raiders emblem to represent the team, and
yeah, like a traditional kind of
from my culture, from the native culture,
native style beaded Raider. That's pretty dope.
I got it from my brother Scott for my birthday.
Oh, it was a birthday gift?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was like someone on Facebook was like, "This is for sale. I need some gas money." Hey, so I was like, all right, cool, man. My brother's birthday's coming up. I'll meet you, So surprised him with a new necklace. So man, we call it native bling, man. So we always try to come different. It's beadwork, and we try to represent our culture that way.
Yeah. And as a diehard Raider fan myself, it's cool to see all the different styles of the teams. Blings, in the Raider vibe, we got all kinds of different bling, and people trying to sport different styles, and the gold chains, the silver chains, all types of chains.
The big ones they use.
And you got the full, Gorilla has a huge, enormous chain.
That's cool, man.
But now, Scott, weren't you just in New York or something?
Yeah, it was crazy. It was during when Buffalo got the 77 inches of snow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they set a record, and man, it was pretty crazy. It was during the Native American Music Awards I believe it was 2020 and 2022. They were accepting albums from that year range, and I entered 3 albums. The Blue Flames Blessed, Blue Flames and featuring KAOS, Game Time, and me and Andy put out an album called Warrior. So those 3 albums got nominated for the awards show, and I was pretty stoked, because it was during the pandemic, and it was a time when things kind of fell apart for me with my team, and I kind of had to take over on my own and continue forward without certain people, and I just had to start believing in myself and what I know and what I'm capable of doing. So I'm happy that those albums were completed and nominated, because I just kind of proved to myself I can do it on my own, because before I had a team and was kind of signed to a record company, but now I'm strictly independent and learning the music business side and learning how to, carry myself in this music industry. Yeah, and I know how that feels. You're working with people. And then, the one person that will always push through is you. And sometimes you have to learn more parts of it. But when you're able to juggle the different all the different techniques of what you need to do, then you can always do you. Yeah, man, it's pretty cool. My little brother, or Levi, I'll say little brother, man, but it's my brother, Levi Kalama. He goes by KAOS. He's been making my beats lately, our beats. So shout out to my brother Levi. He's been teaching himself how to make the beats, and that's pretty dope. Right on. Yeah, I've been talking to you a little bit over the years, just off and on, but yeah, sometime we should drop a track. Yeah, I'm down, man. I remember we was talking about doing something and inviting me to your Raider shows and whatnot. And Levi's like, how come we haven't went yet? And so, you got Raiders gear? I was like, I do. And it's funny, we all grew up Raiders fans, but we even had a dog named Raider. Oh, wow. Yeah. It's deep. Yeah, so, yeah. And then my older brother, and then my dad's a Green Bay Packer fan. Okay. And then, so, I don't know, I just happened to become a Green Bay Packer fan, you know what I mean? But My mom was like, one Christmas, she's like, here you go. She bought me a Raiders beanie. I was like, Mom, I'm a Green Bay Packer fan. She's like, oh, I thought you was feeling left out. All your brothers got Raiders gear on. I started laughing. I was like, all right, then want to go watch the game with my brothers. I'll put on the Raider gear, So I'm blending in, They're trying to welcome me back. They're like, get over here, So you never know, man. I might just be rocking on Raider gear next time you see me at your event.
Yeah. Well, we'll definitely throw a shirt on you. But yeah, and that's the cool thing about Raiders. We do have, there is a lot of support on the res and like Hawaii and all these different spots. Really find a connection with the Raiders, and that's always been fun. So at this, you call it the Nammies. It's called the
Nammies. It's like an offshoot of the Grammys, I guess. I don't know how many years ago. I would say 20 years ago or so. They stopped accepting Native American music in the Grammys. They used to have a category for us, and then I guess at one point they stopped having that category, and some people that are part of the Grammys decided to do an offshoot of the Grammys, and they call it the Nammies and Native American Music Awards. So they said this award's equivalent to a Grammy. But still, if we want to still enter the Grammys, we have to enter through the world category, and that's with various different artists around the world. So,
yeah, it's a big category, the world.
Yeah, so
it's the biggest one in our universe.
Yeah, it's funny because it's like, oh, dang, you really want me to go in there? And then at the same time, it's like there's already artists there established, and there's already I don't know what to say. People strive for that every year, So I'm just thankful to be part of it. But at the same time, people encourage me to join the Grammy membership as well. They're saying there's perks to join the Grammy membership, and so I joined that. And just with I guess mentorship. They're like, you never know, you might be able to go perform for one of their events and network. So. So mostly I go over there to network and hopefully bring back some hardware when I'm in New York. But so far, I got some pretty good contacts for future shows and upcoming features. Hopefully, how that works out. But, I'm the type of person to want to record with the person, and not send tracks back and forth through email. So, yeah. So we'll see how that works.
Yeah, the email thing, man, it's the in-person is so much easier, but in the email thing, I know that with our group 4Dub, that he's in Long Beach, I'm in Bend, and it's just like we're sending stuff back and forth. But if the couple times I've been in the studio with him direct, it's just a boom, 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 boom. You're right there, you're vibing, and it's done exactly how everybody wants it to be done. But you can't influence each other's style or do whatever, or it's so much different that way. But that's the way you got to do it sometimes.
Yeah, so I'm still trying to learn how to do it that way as well, because like I said, the energy and feeding off each other and whatnot. And it was funny. I was listening to a DJ Quick interview, and he was talking about how back in the day when they would have the tapes. That even back then, the tapes would pick up the energy in the room. And I guess if you're partying, that's the kind of energy that's going to be on that track.
Uh-huh.
And he was talking about that. And also he said that's what's missing from this era and that era. I was like, well, I didn't know that, So I thought that was pretty cool. So shout out to DJ Quick,
DJ Quick, old school West Coast. I love DJ Quick. One of my faves. So you got nominated for those... with those 3 albums, and had a good time, rubbed some elbows. And that's the thing about those kinds of events too, is you're rubbing shoulders and elbows with all these different people. I mean, you sent me a picture. I don't know if it was from this time or from the previous time when you won video of the year.
Yeah, that was pretty wild.
You sent me a picture of you and one of the Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah, it was Taboo. Shout out to Taboo for the Black Eyed Peas.
It's because Taboo is, it's got some native.
Yeah, he just recently, I don't know. He said he was told not to disclose it, so he said he was finally able to disclose it. I was like, what? But that's what he was talking about. He's like, I'm finally able to represent my background, and I'm proud of it,
Well, like the music industry, like, don't let them know you're native.
Yeah, or something, It was funny because me and my cousin was debating about it, and I was like, he's native. He looks native to me. No, man, he's Asian. And then when he came out to be native, I was like, bro, I told you. He's like, you was right. So it was funny,
Yeah.
I was just like...
I can see that.
And that was like way before I even started doing music, just a fan of it, So, I was back when they were blowing up all over, with their music videos on MTV and whatnot.
Yeah, I go back to, I remember when Black Eyed Peas first started, and they were like a real like breakdance hip-hop group before Fergie and all that.
Yeah.
Before Fergalicious. and I had seen them at a sold-out show in Portland, downtown Portland, and it's right when I made my first CD, MC Mystic, and I was hyped on like making sure I rubbed elbows and like met everybody and was trying to get everybody my CD and stickers and stuff, and I met them before the show, and I gave them each one of my CDs, and that was the last time I ever seen them, but I was making that push.
Yeah, sometimes you got to do that, man.
Making that push, trying to get them, like the time I met Mariah Carey.
What, really?
In Cabo San Lucas on spring break. And we were at a nightclub there called Squid Row. And, she had all these bodyguards around her. And I made sure that I had to get her my sticker. And it was all approved with her bodyguards. And she was smiling and accepted it. And I was like, oh, maybe one day Mariah calls and I get a track that'll help blow it up.
Yeah, man, you got to keep trying and keep networking, you never know.
You never know.
Get that call, Like they were talking about Tupac was discovered. He was discovered by one of the nieces or something. Listening to the CD, stack of CDs, and she's like, I like this one. So that's why he chose Tupac. And he was like, shout out to that little girl for hearing my song, So you never know,
Yeah, you don't. It's just one connect, that could do it. Next thing you know, you could be rapping 16 bars on Mariah's next Christmas album or something.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
But so as far as how long have you guys been in Warm Springs? Did you grow up there? Or?
Yeah, we grew up there our whole life. It's funny, I was born in Bend, Oregon. And,
okay.
But yeah, I was raised in Warm Springs.
That's St. Charles?
Yeah, and so yeah, it's Central Oregon natives, and just that res life, and it's funny because that's the one that won the music videos, res life, I was talking about, res life, but for us it's just being traditional and being proud of where we come from, and try to carry ourselves best as we can. And I was always told from my family, remember, you're representing all of us. I'm like, who's us? And she's like, the tribe. I'm like, oh. So it's like, all right, well, you put it that way. So I try to,
a little extra weight on the shoulders.
Yeah.
Just try to do right, be good, and all that.
Yeah, how it goes, some guidance.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's good. Because, we're all just little focal points representing our people and stuff. And, occasionally somebody messes up a little bit, and, it happens, and have to continue on and be strong and try to forgive people and stuff like that. But and I know that probably on the res, you've seen some stuff happen. I saw that you actually had I don't know how old this song was, but you used a Damian Marley instrumental or something and did a song about no to meth or something.
Oh, yeah. I actually did that one with some kids from Klamath Falls, Oregon Native Youth, and it was a workshop we did with the kids down there with an Oregon Institute of Technology, I think. Or the Klamath Falls, one of those ones down there. And I think they're the Owls or something. Yeah, and they asked me to come down and do a workshop with the kids, and I was like, what do you guys want to talk about? And of course, it's a prevention camp, so we had to do something that represents prevention. And all those kids are like, I hate meth, and I'm like, it it was crazy because I invited like all of them to come through, and there's only maybe like 5 that showed up, and was like, I want to do it. And most of them were, their parents were, I guess, using, and they were mad about it. And I was like, well, make a song about it, you know? So that's what came to be, is that song. And it's pretty funny because I filmed it and had a camera and whatnot. And I was like, you want me to do a music video too? They're like, yeah. So, and I lost my camera. And I ended up finding it. So like a year later, I finally put it out, you know. But it ended up on one of the albums. And it's always fun to do stuff with the kids. And when I was younger, we never had that. So I always try to give back and help out with the workshops and give back to the kids that way.
Yeah, talking about the workshops, I saw that you had some kind of drum making deal.
Oh, yeah. In Warm Springs, I do underage drinking prevention. And one of the deliverables I have to do is treble-based practice or treble best practice. And that's basically a traditional arts and crafts. Is that it's kind of like a healthy alternative activity to teach the kids, you know, bring them back to their culture. And we believe culture is prevention. So we want to teach them their culture, and, you know, hopefully that'll prevent them from using alcohol and drugs. So that's the idea of it. And so far I've been hosting like 2 years worth of drum making classes, so I should be a master by now, you know. But it's funny because I'm still learning it with the kids, you know. So there's different techniques, you know. There's not one way to make a hand drum or one way to make a certain drum. So I'm just learning different styles, you know. With each tribe, there's different styles. So people are like, hey, this is from the North, you know, this is how they do it in Canada, or this is from the Midwest, this is how they do it in you know, South Dakota, you know, Sioux style or whatever. So there's just different styles. So I'm trying to learn. And my friend from K Falls is like, bro, this is how we do it from down here in Klamath Falls. I'm like, well, send me the video, you know. So it's funny because everyone's sharing their culture that way, you know, with technology and YouTube and whatnot. So, you know, I just encourage people, if you want to learn, you know, you can probably find it on YouTube. And if not, you can hit me up, you know. We can arrange a workshop and we can make a drum together.
Yeah. I like those. I used to have one of the drums that I saw. Well, I mean, you said you make different kinds, or what are you calling the... Is this called like a shaman drum, or? Oh,
yeah, it's just a hand drum, the one you have in your hand, a hand drum. So that one's more for like, I guess, individual. And then they got the big drum, and that's the powwow drum. Yeah. You know, and that's the one that goes on the ground and has a frame.
Right. So I play drums. I grew up playing drums. I got a drum set, and I actually was in Africa for like over a month once, just for drumming, in Northwest Africa. So I've always been down with the drums. But I did at the, it used to be a place here called the Spiritual Awareness Center, and I went to a drum making class that somebody put on, and I made one of those handheld deals, and I used it quite a few times in many different situations that took me to another place.
yeah, they talk about it. You know, the vibration and for us natives, you know, represents the heartbeat. You know, and they talk about how it's, I don't know, a heartbeat of Mother Earth or the heartbeat of when you're in the womb. You know, type of vibe.
Right. And so just kind of going over some information. Do you have any idea what the population out of Warm Springs is right now?
Oh man, I could take a guess. I'd say like 6,500 or something. I don't even know, man. Last time I checked, I think it was around there, and I think it's like 3,500 that live on the res, and like the other half live off the res or something like that.
And I know I've been seeing that, for as a basketball referee, we have opportunity to do Warm Springs Middle School, and I've picked up a couple of those coming up here, so I'll be coming out, blowing some whistles.
All right, cool, man. Well, just let me know. Maybe I can come and critique your work. Come and film you.
Hey, you know what? We're filmed by these overhead cameras at the high schools that show it on the NFHS network. But yeah, I need some personal camera time though, so I can make my own highlight reel.
Yeah, man, you gotta put it online, man. Go viral.
I film my kids all the time, nonstop. But when it comes to me just getting like a moment of what I'm doing, it's hard to catch them at that moment to come out. support the referee.
Yeah, you never know, man. You might just blow up being a referee.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the NBA.
Yeah, you know, one idea that I'm working on is I wanted to do a remake of Too Short's "Blow the Whistle."
Oh yeah.
But as a referee with a rap on it.
That'd be cool. Be a different angle.
Yeah, that's my big dream.
So like, stop the game. The ref stops the game in a music video, then just starts rapping.
Everyone gets all hyphy,
Yeah.
throwing their hair around and stuff.
Yeah, man, that's a good idea.
And then I went back and I watched Too Short's video the other day, and I'm like, oh yeah, he already had the referee in the video, but it's not what I'm thinking. I got something different. But yeah, so as far as tribal stuff out in Warm Springs, I'm looking, just trying to get a little history here. Is it Paiutes?
Yeah. It's Warm Springs, Wasco, and Paiutes. Those are 3 tribes on the reservation.
Yeah, and then together that's the Confederated
Tribes of Warm Springs.
Warm
Yeah.
Springs. And so, you know, I think you got a family connection here. You know, when I'm driving through Warm Springs, I always stop and get some fry bread.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Kalama Fry Bread. Yeah, it's my relatives.
Kalama Fry Bread.
Yeah, those are my cousins, man.
Yeah, aunties and uncles.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't even get the hookup, so...
Yeah, we don't get a discount even though...
No hookup, no love.
Yeah, maybe I don't know, maybe like $1 off or something. I don't know.
Maybe
we still
free-
gotta pay.
Free soda, maybe.
But yeah, I used to have a native roommate that would bust out some fry bread every now and then, and I love it. I'm a big fan of food, of course, but I always stop by and try to support and get some fry bread from there. I get the taco fry bread. You just get the honey stuff and whatever, and you know, pick up a little gas at the gas station or whatever on the way through. And I noticed that the basketball court outside there had just been painted. And being a fan of basketball, I thought it was pretty cool. And I think I mentioned it to you a long time ago, or when I saw it like last year, and how you knew something about that.
Yeah, the Warm Springs Community Action Team actually got a grant to do a mural, and they decided to do a mural on the court. And so it's pretty cool. They're painting the court, you know, I guess it was I don't know what you call it, but geometrical shapes on the court, you know, triangles, circles, and whatnot, and different shades of blue and gray and white, I believe. And it looks pretty cool. And they actually painted the backboards too, native designs. So it looks pretty dope. And they put up some high school artwork. They allow them to bring their artwork and hang it on a fence if they want to, and they can leave it there forever, or they can take it whenever they want. But they allow them to hang up the artwork along the fence. And it looks pretty cool, man. I'm glad they... kind of indigenizing the community, you know, and making it our own instead of just, you know, letting it be. But so I'm happy it worked out.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Stopping there, seeing the basketball court fully painted. Like, don't know how to describe it, but the floor is painted. Everything's painted. The backboards, I believe, everything is painted, like native style, and. I'd never seen a basketball court that looked like that. And being a basketball fan, I was like, oh, this is fresh. And, you know, the only other things I can compare it to is like the U of O Ducks court that's got the forests in the background that everyone's like, how do you play basketball on that court? I see all these shadows everywhere. But, yeah, that's pretty cool, too, representing Oregon. Just a little different flavor, adding some art to the sport.
Yeah, back in the day, that used to be the spot. Everyone used to go there and play hoop, I guess, all day and night. And so that's the idea. They're trying to bring it back. And I guess they're going to add lights and hopefully a cover to it. Because you know how it goes when it rains.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
So we're hoping for a cover. And that way we can have more people utilizing it. Because that's a big sport in Warm Springs for some reason. But so far, I see a lot of a lot of youth participate in wrestling as well. So that's cool, you know, because before it was just all about hoop. But, you know, I see a lot of youth doing wrestling and doing other things as well, you know, softball, baseball.
I signed up for some like 3-on-3 tournament long time ago. It never happened, but I showed up.
What, during the Payam show?
It was supposed to be a couple rappers and
it was outside at the park, I think.
Yeah, it was at a park, but it must have been canceled and I didn't know about it or something. But I signed up. I was ready to go. I came out, a couple of us, but
I think the cops shut that one down that year, I think.
Yeah. So maybe this year, I mean, you can host one.
Yeah. We could throw. That would be pretty fresh.
Yeah, because that was a thing. Everyone shows up, you know. So in my program, I was hosted 3-on-3 summertime. But it was funny though, man. It was too hot, and on the blacktop, man, it was like 119 degrees.
Yeah,
and people were still hooping. And I was like, sorry guys, I didn't think about that. So man, that was tough.
yeah. The more you host events, you find out what's kind of going on in the background during those times. Like I know there's this big Raider event we've performed at and gone to down kind of in central Cali. They hosted in like August and it's like 120 and I physically barely pulled through. I had like a wet t-shirt wrapped around my head and spraying myself, and you know, it's tough to make it through those kinds of events when it's that hot.
Yeah, man, I experienced that before I went to Phoenix.
Yeah,
Phoenix.
By the time I get to Arizona.
Yeah, same thing, man. I was soaked, and it was during the Nabi tournament, and that's the Native American Basketball Invitational, and it's for the high schoolers. And so every year they host it, I believe, July, and so that's for the high school Native American hoopers to give them a chance to go and play in front of scouts and recruits. So we actually brought some kids down there from Warm Springs to go play. And, man, it was way too hot. And, man, I couldn't stand it. I was like, how do you guys live down here?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we just stay inside. We go to the malls. And so, like, man, in Arizona, the malls are thriving, man, because that's where the AC's at.
Yeah, that's where the air conditioning is. Yeah.
So everybody was there. I was like, whoa, it's just tripped out.
Now, I saw, I was reffing a game in Madras, and I came across kind of a newer coach I'd never seen before for the freshman boys team, and found out her name is Abby Scott. Do you guys know her?
Yeah, shout out to Abby Scott. She played at New Mexico State University. She's one of the college hoopers from Warm Springs. She's, I believe she's working at the K-8, and she's coaching now.
Awesome. Yeah, I was like, who is this? It looks like a basketball player, right?
Yeah.
And, female coaching the male team. Cool. And I looked up, I found some YouTube highlights from New Mexico. You said New Mexico State?
Yeah.
Of her hitting like some record-breaking three-pointer number of shots of three-pointers.
I think it was 13 three-pointers she made that game or something and broke the record.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I didn't, and that's what this show is all about, is like finding like the local athletes and musicians and like cool people that have done cool stuff in their lives. And I'm finding that it's just like, oh my gosh, there's so many cool people in Central Oregon that have big sports history.
Yeah.
And cool people in the community too. So look forward to maybe having her stop by too sometime.
Yeah, man, I can link you up with her, and let her know. She's cool. She's down to earth, and she's always hitting the native tournaments too as well. She has, I think she travels around with the Oregon Travelers or something. There's women and men's tournaments that go on almost every weekend. Each tribe hosts one every year.
Okay.
And then at the end of the year, they have a point system, and they have an actual national championship too. So like end of the year, you get to crown the best native hooper team. So it's actually starting off right now, and I think the first tournament that's coming up is in Fort Hall, Idaho.
Okay, over in Idaho.
So I think that's where Abby and her squad and the other hoopers from Springs are going.
And then I've also gotten to know a couple of the coaches of the ladies squads over there in Madras, growing up around each other and also refereeing their games and being Raider fans. So we've chatted quite a bit over the years there, gotten to know each other. And the one thing that has always stuck out about the girls squads from Madras, they've always been really strong and pretty dominant, I think.
Yeah, man, the same thing going on this year too. I'm gonna go watch a couple of their games, and I believe they're up like 20 points the whole game. And I was like, man, it's crazy because they're all 3-point shooters, and game changed. Back then it was like you gotta have a big man to win. Nowadays it's like you just need shooters. Constantly rotating and knocking down that three, and that's what they got going for them.
And I just think that the Madras girls and just have a little more aggressive edge. I think they got nothing to lose. They're going hard.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean, man.
You get some like suburban little team from Bend and that hasn't faced much competition yet, and they go up against the Madras girls squad. They're gonna learn something.
Yeah.
They're gonna learn how to how they're gonna have to be more aggressive to win a game. So kudos to them.
Yeah, man. Shout out to all the coaches. Madras and Warm Springs doing a good job. Bringing up these new hoopers. Because there's like Kobo. There's different leagues they have in Madras and Central Oregon. So shout out to all the coaches out there in Central Oregon. Keep doing the hard work and developing these youth into nice young adults. That's what it's about. That, and hopefully they can get that scholarship or go to college. To the next level.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Madras basketball record here. It says 12-7, but 5-1 in league. Ranked number 10 at the moment, but I think they're gonna move up even more.
Yeah, they've been playing bigger schools, so lately they've been getting challenged by bigger schools to see what they got.
Over here in Bend, it's a wild card every night as far as who's gonna win. There's a lot of teams that are pretty equally distributed, but whoever fights the hardest and hits their shots that night gets the dub. Summit, I know, has always been kind of a powerhouse around here, and Bend High and Mountain View both got the win here in the last couple of weeks. But then Summit came back and beat Bend High again last night by like 35. So they're like, "Oh, you're going to do that to us?" Well, here we go.
What team does your kids play for?
My son plays he's on the JV squad of Mountain View.
Nice.
He also sits on the varsity bench. But he got in last night in the final minute. But they had a great JV game. They were down by like 15 plus, with 5 minutes left. Or I think it was even like 18. I'd have to go review the tape. But they made a tremendous comeback, and just didn't work out on the final possession.
Oh.
But they had the ball with 8 seconds left and a chance to at least tie the game. But he hit a couple big threes there to bring it back. And, of course, the whole teamwork makes the dream work, and everybody playing hard. But it was an awesome comeback. And that's what we love about sports.
Yeah, man, never know.
You never know.
That shining moment.
Yeah.
Like, a couple weeks ago, I got this whole clip of Damian Lillard clips that I wanted to play a couple weeks back, but didn't have enough time because we were just chatting it up. But, Damian had another 60-point game.
Oh, yeah, that's ridiculous.
And he said it was like the the easiest 60-point game he's ever had. He didn't even know he was getting that many points, and it just all came together there. I got that. Let's see. Right here. I'm going to actually play a little clip from that.
Shannon, on a scale of 1 to 10, how impressive was Dame's performance last night?
10, because of the efficiency in which you just spoke of, Jen. Skip, he's doing 29 shots. He's 21 of 29 with 10 free throws. Karl Malone did it on 26 shots in 1990. James Harden did it on 24 shots in 2019. But 23 free throws attempt.
Yep.
Come on, man. I mean, come on. And the thing is, Skip, it's not like Karl Malone was like 6'9", played back to the basket. So a lot of those were layup dunks, things of that nature. And he had 23 free throw attempts. Skip, Dame is launching the ball from 30 feet. It's crazy.
Portland got a real special guy.
He worked out at my gym a couple years ago in the summer, and you just watch the workout, and you're like, this guy's in there. He wants it all. Like, he's dripping, just soaked after the workout, trying so hard. I mean, this really is an underappreciated superstar.
Oh, Dame. And he's just a really, we don't say this. So Westbrook gets so much more headlines. Dame's got, he's great in the half court, great full court.
Damian Lillard's had a better career than Westbrook. No. It's not even close. Come on.
I don't know. I think anytime you score 60 points is special. But I think this one, I just felt like, it came pretty simple. Simple. I thought I played the game.
So y'all just talking about going to a Blazer game.
So I came out with the mentality to attack and be aggressive.
Make it to at least one this year.
But it wasn't like
I usually go to a couple every year.
I like watching when they play the Lakers, LeBron or something like a big name.
One of my favorite games to go to is a Blazer-Laker game for sure.
It's the building's really hype.
It's funny. Last time we went and we beat the Lakers, and then our Lakers fans was like, "You guys gotta know how to win. Act like you won before." We're like, "Whatever, man. This is our championship. We beat you guys.
We beat LA. Yeah.
We beat LA."
I was at, I can't remember which year it was. It was 2000, 2001, right around there. The Western Conference Finals with the Lakers and the Blazers. And the format was different then, where you had 3 games at home, and then they went back for 3 games. So the Lakers had the home court. It was Shaq and Kobe.
Oh, man.
And the Lakers had the first 3 games at home, and they went up 3-0. Then the Blazers had the next 3 games, and they won all 3 of them. And I was at all 3 of those games, fortunately. There's no way I could have done it without my buddy who was disabled, because he was able to still get tickets after it was sold out for the wheelchair accessory little spot on a patio there.
Oh, yeah.
And it's an awesome thing they do. You get the ticket. The ticket is like, at that time, it was like $75, and you can bring one able-bodied friend with you.
Nice.
So it's like a 2-for-1, and you get the prime time, like little patio spot right there down on the first level.
Yeah.
Oh,
nice.
But you know what? There was one Laker fan. I'm gonna get you, Lakers. That was faking that he was injured in a wheelchair, so he would be at the game. He had a fake cast on, and towards the end, when they started, the Lakers were winning. He got out of his chair and was jumping up and down, and he's like, "You think this is really broke?" I was like, "Oh no, dude! You just stole a disabled person's spot. That's not cool."
Dang.
But the Blazers ended up winning that game anyways. But that was an awesome team. That was Rasheed Wallace, Damon Stoudemire, Arvydas Sabonis.
Yeah, tough squad. I think I was at one of those games during that series, and Kobe Bryant just tore up the Blazers for like 45.
Yeah.
I was pretty mad, but that was one of the best games I got to see. Was Kobe and Shaq.
Yeah, Kobe and Shaq.
In real life, Kobe was that good.
He said he was there when Kobe won a game winner in overtime, right?
Yeah, overtime. Fadeaway 3-pointer, fadeaway at that. Yeah, I was so mad. Damon Stoudemire and Rasheed had like 30 points, and I was like, "We're gonna win." Kobe's like, "Nope, he took that shot, and it went in all on that."
Gotta hate it, but you can't hate greatness.
Yeah, I was like, I gave Kobe props that game because I never seen anybody do that since Jordan.
Yeah. And lately Damian's been turning it up. He scored 42 points the other night. The Blazers actually got a little win streak going on now too.
He's been averaging 40 the last few games.
It's funny because we just start watching them again and they're winning and we're like, oh man, so we're all excited,
because on the Reds we hardly get the Blazer games because it's some reason
it's tough. I end up finding we. Through our cable package, we are able to get it's on the Root channel or whatever, and it does come through on our deal. But if I don't get it, it's there's a couple websites you can hit up and check it out.
Yeah, maybe you can send me those links later so that way I can check it out on my phone.
Yep. I got the links. I'll hit you on the DM.
Scott has actually got some nice Wi-Fi, some Starlink Wi-Fi, some Elon Musk Wi-Fi.
Oh,
yeah, it's pretty good.
Musky.
Yeah. It's the only thing that works in the Reds, man.
That's cool. That's part of that deal, right?
Yeah, and it's funny because
all over the place.
We seen him that one day, and everyone was talking about him and UFOs, this and that. And I was like,
oh yeah.
And then my brother's like, hey man, come outside. I think there's Elon Musk Starlinks out there. We looked and it was like, what? And it was crazy, man. They were like all lined up, and then they were going, and they all just like stopped, and they just all started shooting straight up to the sky into outer space or something. But man, we was all tripped out. We was like, right? We was like, hopefully that's Starlink. If not, we just seen some UFOs.
Yeah. I know. My kid was down at a park, and him and his buddies like took pictures, and everybody was like blown away. Like that was the moment, like the ET. Elliot moment.
Phone home.
But I want to play one of your songs. We only got like 15 minutes left. I got you want me to drop the moonwalking?
Oh, whatever you want to play, man. But that's the one that I just was like, play that one.
Now that we're talking about outer space and stuff, it kind of fits.
Yeah, last year we've seen a lot of people talking about moonwalking, so that was our moonwalking song.
Yeah.
One of our futuristic space.
So I'm going to drop this track, Blue Flames, featuring KAOS. Scott and Levi Kalama here in the house, in the studio. Thank you guys for coming all the way from Warm Springs early in the morning. Hope the coffee's strong enough. And here is the track, Moonwalkin'.
People once fall, but we never trip. Hold it down like a mothership. Moonwalking, we never slip. Cashing out like a blue chip. People once fall, but we never trip. Hold it down like a mothership. Moonwalking, we never slip. Cashing out like a blue chip. People once fall, but we never trip. Hold it down like a mothership. Moonwalking, we never slip. Cashing out like a blue chip. People want to fall, but we never trip. Hold it down like the mothership. Moonwalking, we never slip. Cashing out like a blue chip.
Won't stop, won't quit, just how I feel. Things getting way too real, get from around me. If you can't match the energy, watch where you step. Watching if you slip, but we won't, can't sink my boat. Falling hard off rip, on guard with the chips. Hustle till my money long, right or wrong, won't make me trip. Savage trying to get a grip, moonwalk flex. Shine like a Rolex, ain't nothing funny. Real chasing money, even if it's not sunny, cause it's victories only. Can't take no L's, been there so we won't fail. Stay down, stay true, meal ticket after meal ticket, what we pursue. Yeah, that's what we pursue.
People once fall, but we never trip. Hold it down like a mothership. Moonwalking, we never slip. Cashing out like a blue chip. People once fall, but we never trip. Hold it down like a mothership. Moonwalking, we never slip. out like a blue chip. People on us fall, but we never trip. Hold it down like a mothership. Moonwalking, we never slip. Cashing out like a blue chip. People on us fall, but we never trip. Hold it down like the mothership. Moonwalking, we never slip. Cashing out like a blue chip. Everyone knows how it goes. If you're winning, they hating and never congratulating. But soon as the monsoon hits, buffoons hit the line they find. You're not a part of my platoon, like I didn't leave you bleeding last June. So stay away or come around. Either way, you know I don't play around. You knew this yesterday. All the hate, can't do nada. I pray blocking it like no betray. That's why I stay singing like the Blue Jay. Stay winning every day's like my birthday. Stay winning like every day's my birthday. People fall, but we never trip. Hold it down like the mothership. Moonwalking, we never slip. Cashing out like a blue chip.
All right, so that's Moonwalking.
Yeah.
So what's that song all of? What's the inspiration on that?
Oh, I end up like I was talking about. We kind of lost, some traction and whatnot. And some of my buddies was at local was like, Scott, man, I'm coming out of retirement. I got some beats for you. I was like, what? And his name's Gerald Tufty. And he goes by Thunderboy. And he actually gave us that beat. And he's like, here you go, man. It's for. I was like, how much you want? He's like, it's for free. And I was like, for free? He's like, yeah, I just want to be part of it and, help you out in a good way. Here you go. I was like, all right, cool, man. And that's always, good when it's all love like that. So I was like, here you go, bro, check it out. And then I was like, I like it, So we ended up going to Portland. We record at Black Diamond Studios in Portland. So we ended up going up there and just kind of vibing, like sometimes we'll sit there and write for weeks or months, But this time we went up there and we just kind of made it on the spot, So that was one of the songs we knocked out in the studio and was happy with it and decided to release it.
Yeah, we recorded that one in like maybe 45 minutes, an hour, something like that. And it was just feeling the beat. And,
oh, yeah, just bust it out.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's what's nice about being in a studio. You can just do that. I know Tupac was busting stuff out nonstop.
That sound engineer makes it sound really good, too.
Yeah, it's good to have a good production and people that know what they're doing, for sure. So, you're talking about Green Bay Packers. Now, I saw something about Aaron Rodgers to the Raiders.
I seen that he was holding them like a picture of the Raiders. I
saw that silly post.
I don't know if it was Photoshop.
him like making like a drawing of like the Raider skull.
And he was smiling pretty big. I was like, I don't know if that's real.
The funny things people make or do,
Yeah.
That'd be pretty wild if he does.
That would be. I think the Raiders might be up there if he does come.
And
because it's been hard watching them not make the playoffs, man. It's pretty kind of gets me right there.
The connection with that's kind of funny with Aaron Rodgers. I don't know if you're familiar with ayahuasca, plant from like the Amazon that takes you on a journey. And so Aaron Rodgers is all in on this. And so when they did like
that's how he fights COVID, huh?
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's what he said. He uses that stuff.
And when somebody scored a touchdown during the season, they did like a special touchdown dance where they all like shook like a magic potion and handed it around and like poured it on themselves and fell over on the ground.
Really?
Which is a funny connection to sports with like traditional like medicine stuff from the Amazon. And that's Aaron Rodgers' little background story on that. I don't know in what setting or what he was doing, but I'm sure you could find that out on Google.
Yeah, man. What's funny is I actually seen Aaron Rodgers at the Nike employee store.
Oh, yeah?
In Beaverton, yeah. And I had his jersey in my hand. And, you know, I was like, man, those jerseys are expensive, you know? But there, it was like $75. So I was like, I'm going to get this. And I seen this tall guy walk in, and he was pushing
two shopping carts.
He was pushing 2 shopping carts at the same time. And he was like kind of hunched over, and I was like, you know, like, it's tall, 6'8" or something. And I was like, who's this tall guy? And it's funny because me and my buddy was like both Green Bay Packers fans. And then we had to go, you know, they say, don't, leave him alone, don't bother him. And so anyway, I get there, I'm like, who's this guy? He looks familiar. And they're like, that's Aaron Rodgers. I was like, what the heck? What kind of fan?
But he had 2 carts?
Yeah, he looked like he had 2 carts and he was shopping. And it was the first time I've ever seen someone push 2 carts. But that's how, man, I don't know. Like, I got baseball gloves for hands. Like, he's manhandling those carts, man. They look like all small, like toy carts.
That's funny.
Yeah. But no one even went up to him asking for an autograph. I should have, but it was N7 drop. They dropped a Nike N7 brand.
Okay.
And so it was a native brand. So there's a lot of natives there.
Oh, wow.
So he was looking like, who are these natives? That's how he's looking. He's looking at us, and I was like looking at him like, whoa, this guy must be a sports player. You know, but he didn't have his double check belt on, so I couldn't tell it was him.
Oh, yeah. Discount double check.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then that's the cool thing about having Nike in Oregon. I know it brings a lot of different sports athletes in the area, and people got their own little offshoot stories of meeting people through the Nike setup. I know I was talking to Lester Hayes, old superstar Raider defensive player in the 70s, trying to get him to come to Bend at some point and join us. But I was talking. I know he's a big fisherman. He likes to fish. I like to fish too. And he was talking about fishing sturgeon in the Columbia, and that he couldn't catch anything, and he couldn't stand it, and it sucked. But that Nike set him up on that, and that was a long time ago. Nike set up the fishing trip with him and stuff because he liked to fish.
Yeah, he should have just hit up the natives, man. They would have got him a sturgeon.
We got a couple of them.
Yeah. I know. You know what, though? I heard that the sturgeon numbers, I just heard this the other day, big drop like, so there was like 100,000 in this one section of the river. Don't know the exact section. It's between 2 of the dams. But they dropped 25,000, so down to 75,000 from 100,000. So big drop there. So be careful. Be careful out there.
And that's pretty wild.
You know those sturgeon, some of those sturgeon are really old. Like 100+ years.
Yeah.
I went sturgeon fishing a couple years ago. We caught a monster. But we, catch and release. But I'm sure it puts a little wear and tear on them.
Yeah, I heard they're going into black market or something. I don't know if you've seen that article.
Yeah, that's true. Like the eggs and stuff.
Yeah, someone got caught with them trying to bring them down to Cali, and they had him in their trunk or something. I was like, what the heck?
I'm going back to Cali.
Yeah.
With sturgeon eggs. Yeah. Not cool, guys. Don't do that. Gotta keep the fish population going. So we only got just like a minute and a half here, guys. Again, I want to thank you for coming out. If somebody wants to look you up, where do they find you?
I can find me at Blue Flames on YouTube and 541 Blue Flames on Instagram, Blue Flames on Facebook, or you can look me up at Scott Kalama on Facebook. My email is skottk85@gmail.com or scott.kalama@wstribes.org. And I don't know if Levi wants to give a shout out to find his pages, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm still trying to make mine, actually. You can find all mine, all my music anyway, on Blue Flames' YouTube. Go by Levi Kalama on Facebook. I'm still trying to get my music together and my album and all that, so.
Yeah, we're still working. I'm hoping to get my website up again. It was blueflamesmusic.com. Actually, in the process of getting that up again, so check that out within a month. Hoping to have that up with some new merchandise. I got hats, t-shirts, CDs, and
hopefully a new album soon. Hopefully,
yeah, we got songs recorded. We just got to come up with the title track and cover and release it, and then work on the next one. So we're constantly working. So we're hoping to at least put out 2.
All right. Well, once again, thanks for coming out. That's Blue Flames in the studio. And you guys have a good Saturday. I'll be at DJ Yella tonight. Check you guys